Hey guys, and welcome to Car Guy 1999 Reviews as well as Quirk Automotive. Today we have the 2020 Volkswagen GTI with the DSG transmission. It's freezing out there, so I went straight in here. Let me grab the window sticker. Matter of fact, it's so windy that when I opened this door to put my stuff in, the window sticker came off. That's pretty impressive. So this one as it sits is $35.85. It's the 2.0 TS trim. This is the 7-speed DSG, of course. The pure white exterior, Titan black cloth, the monster mats, which are in the back, the first aid kit, and the DSG are the only options. While I just said that the Arteon was my favorite, I don't know, this is something special, of course. I've never driven a Golf R. I've driven the Mark 6 gen, but not the Mark 7, so I can't compare. But this is a lot of fun. I definitely see why people go for the DSG now. It's just a riot. It fits this car so well. Of course, with the Mark 8 Golf incoming for next year, this is the last year of the Mark 7 GTI. But I still love it the same. This is an absolutely phenomenal vehicle. I'm really excited to drive the Mark 8 and see how they can improve upon this. Because when this came out in 2015, it was a huge upgrade over the Mark 6. And I drove one in 2016, I believe. And I fell in love with it. This thing is so much fun to drive. I've driven a bunch here and there, and I still cannot get over them. They're just so much fun. They sound amazing stock, too. Not only that, they are very, very good daily drivers. Because of the hatch design, there is a ton of cargo space out back. Something that I'm not going to be able to show you guys because, well, it's New England. It was sunny and 50 degrees this morning, but what are you going to do? Also part of the DSG is launch control. Something I'm not going to be showing today due to the fact this is a new car and it's also not mine. So once you hold down the traction control button for about 5 seconds, it deactivates all the stability control and traction control. And then you put your left foot firm on the brake as hard as you can go. Floor the gas, it revs it to right about 4,000 RPM. Let go of the brake and it takes off. That's actually not a feature with the manual because, well, you can't hold the brake and the gas and then just release the brake and expect to go anywhere because you need, the clutch. And humans don't have 3 feet. They can't they can't really do that. However, with the manual, you can be your own launch control, and that's where the fun is for me. Visibility is absolutely excellent because at the end of the day, this is based off of the normal VW Golf, which is marketed as like a city car, kind of an around town vehicle. So you have nice little windows right here in the A-pillar, so you can see out. No real blind spots. You also have blind spot warning, so you don't need to worry about any of that either. So this is probably going to get me, some harsh comments, but I've personally experienced it. This is my personal opinion. Take that as you want. After driving on track multiple times, especially in supercars and, the Pista, GT3 RSs, I've driven a lot of high-end stuff. Around town, a manual is fantastic. As a daily driver, I have a manual. I love it. All three of my vehicles have been manuals. However, on track, I prefer paddle shift. I can drive a manual on track. I've done it before. I just prefer the paddle shift. Let me explain why. When you are on track in a 488 Pista, so much is going on. That vehicle is so fast. There is no possible way that you can devote all your concentration to keeping that car on track if you had to shift yourself and take your hand off the wheel to shift. That is my personal opinion. While I miss the fact that we could get gated manuals in the 430, that was a phenomenal car. And if I could have a dream car, 458 with a gated manual, boom, done. Actually, I probably want a 360 gated manual because even the 458's right on the border. Once you start getting above 500 horsepower or so, that's where a manual is a little bit too much to handle when you're going 10/10ths on a track. Is it more fun to have a manual? Absolutely. Manual is the way, and they're going to be collector's item. So if I were to buy a GTI, I'd buy a manual, hands down. But I get what they're saying with the paddle shift. You have a lot more control, and personally, I feel safer on track in a paddle shift because I can keep my hands on the wheel while I'm on track. And that's what you should be doing anyway. So now I'm going to get comments saying that I'm not a true car enthusiast because I don't live, die, and breathe manuals. However, Mike, Boston Autoblog, his GTI is a DSG. New England Pete, another good friend of mine, his GTI is a DSG. A lot of the GTIs I have seen have been DSGs. And I get it now. This car is absolutely amazing on a back road. And when you're hustling autocross and stuff like that, having to put your foot in, shift and all that on a tight autocross course, that takes some skill. This makes it 10 times easier. That's my rant about paddle shift. leave a dislike, hate comment, whatever. I'll just ignore you. But anybody, well, when I worked for Dream Drive Exotics, all of my coworkers agreed with me. Paddle shift was way better to drive on track than a manual. So that's my rant. Oh, that felt good to get off my chest, the fact that I like paddle shift. Let me rephrase. I don't like paddle shift over manual on the street. On the street, manual all day. On track, I would go paddle shift over manual above 500 horsepower. On that note, I want to thank you all for watching today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.